Breaking news from Westminster, Britain's Parliament has plunged into turmoil. Keir Starmer, the Labour leader once hailed as the calm after the Brexit storm, now faces a full-scale rebellion from within his own party. A no-confidence vote is on the table, and the word echoing through every corridor of power tonight is betrayal. For months, Starmer portrayed himself as the voice of reason, the man who could heal Britain after years of division. He told the people, "Brexit is settled. I'll respect the result and move the nation forward." But then, came the deal. Behind closed doors, Starmer approved a new Brexit arrangement that quietly gave Brussels back the powers Britain fought to reclaim. Fishing rights, trade rules, legal oversight. It wasn't a small adjustment, it was a reversal. When the details leaked, the reaction was instant and brutal. Labour MPs were stunned. Conservatives mocked. Reform UK called it the ultimate Brexit betrayal. By evening, whispers of dissent had turned into a full-blown mutiny. Inside Labour HQ, panic set in. Staff leaked messages, MPs held secret calls, and Starmer's inner circle began to fracture. One insider described the atmosphere in a single word: nuclear. Then came the confrontation. Behind closed doors, Starmer faced his shadow cabinet, red-faced, exhausted, furious. He slammed the table and accused rebels of sabotaging his vision for a modern Britain. But the more he spoke, the less they listened. A senior MP later told reporters, "We didn't see leadership that night. We saw fear." The story exploded across the media. News channels ran banners like "Labour in Meltdown" and "Starmer faces revolt." And across the internet, outrage spread like wildfire. On TikTok and Twitter, hashtags like #StarmerResign and #Brexit Betrayal began trending. Memes, mashups, and angry commentaries flooded the feed. What began as a secret deal had now become a national scandal. And for Keir Starmer, the man who promised stability, the real storm had just begun. London. Midnight. Inside Parliament, tension hangs heavy in the air. The Labour leader who once promised unity is now standing at the edge of political oblivion. MPs are filing in for a vote that could end his leadership tonight. But this crisis didn't begin in the chamber. It began the moment trust was broken. Just hours before the vote, The Guardian published a bombshell. Internal Labour memos revealed that Starmer's own advisors had warned him the Brexit deal could trigger a nationwide revolt. He read the warnings and ignored them. The leak confirmed everyone's worst suspicions. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. Even Starmer's most loyal allies began to turn. One shadow minister reportedly told him, "You've lost the trust of the country and of your own team." Within hours, Labour's internal unity had collapsed. Local branches across England started passing no-confidence motions of their own, symbolic, but devastating. The grassroots, the same people who helped elect him, were now demanding his resignation. Desperate to regain control, Starmer held a press conference. He walked up to the podium, pale but determined, and declared, "This agreement does not betray Brexit. It protects Britain's future." But when a journalist asked, "If you lose the confidence of your MPs, will you resign?" he froze. 5 seconds of silence. Then came the awkward answer, "I will continue to serve the British people." That clip went viral instantly. Millions watched, and within hours, it became a symbol of his downfall. Headlines screamed, "Starmer refuses to quit. Public confidence, gone." And then, the moment of truth. The speaker's voice echoed through the chamber. "This House has no confidence in the leadership of the Right Honourable Keir Starmer." The room went silent. Then chaos. MP after MP stood to speak, some angry, some heartbroken. One Labour backbencher shouted, "This isn't about party politics. This is about betrayal." As cameras rolled, journalists scribbled every word. Millions watched live as history unfolded. When the vote was counted, the numbers sealed his fate. Ayes, 274. Noes, 289. The motion passed. Keir Starmer had lost. He rose from his seat, gathered his papers, and walked out, silent, expressionless, defeated. No speech. No farewell. Just the quiet fall of a leader who once promised to rebuild trust, and ended up destroying it. Outside, Parliament Square erupted. Supporters of Reform UK cheered. The Conservatives called it a victory for national sovereignty. And inside Labour HQ, stunned silence. Phones stopped ringing. Aides began packing boxes. Names of potential successors, Angela Rayner, Rachel Reeves, Wes Streeting, started circulating. But beyond the party drama, something far deeper was happening. Across the nation, the question resurfaced, who does Britain want to be? 8 years after Brexit, the same divide still burns. Sovereignty versus compromise. Trust versus power. And tonight, as dawn breaks over Westminster, one truth stands out above all. In politics, trust is everything. Once it's broken, there's no coming back. Keir Starmer's fall will be remembered not just as a political collapse, but as a warning. A reminder that promises made to the people are not just words. They are the foundation of democracy itself. He came to power promising unity. He left surrounded by anger, regret, and rebellion. But Britain's story doesn't end here. Because history is still writing the next chapter. This is British Talk. Thanks for watching, and remember, in politics, every ending is just the start of another storm.